At this channel, we like creative games. The top of that list is the city builder, a genre I've been playing since early childhood with the SimCity series. These days, it's mostly indie studios keeping the genre alive, but it also means that the genre is constantly innovating, which makes for exciting games releasing every year. I've compiled a few that I have my eyes on that will be releasing either this year or next. If you like what you see, then subscribe for similar content, or don't, I'm not here to tell you what to do. First off is Frostpunk 2. Frostpunk is a city builder. Even though it doesn't really feel like it in some ways, blending city builder and survival title, you have to manage the meager resources you have to keep your people alive, and even then, there often isn't enough and tough decisions must be made.
Storm, wipe the world clean.
Let's take it back.
But how?
The steward'll choose our path.
Steward, build us a better home.
A home for everyone! Steward, we still lack so many things.
People are starving.
More people, more mouths to feed.
They treat us like animals, left to suffocate. We need a place to work.
Who else will feed our families?
Steward, this squalor will kill her.
Nova Roma, or New Rome, is a cute little city builder that tasks the player with taking survivors after the fall of Rome and building up a city that would rival the original in grandeur. Made by the creators of the title Kingdom and Castles, Nova Roma looks not only promising, but like it could be a real gem in the genre. The water mechanics look specifically unique as you harness the power of the aqueducts to grow and develop your settlement. Expected to come out sometime in 2024, with no official release date having been given just yet. Thrive Heavy Lies the Crown seems almost like a 3D Banished in some ways, and that is an absolute compliment. A medieval city builder / survival game in which you build up your town, try to lead them to survival, but also have choices on what kind of leader to be. Will you lead with an iron fist, lead with an open heart, or somewhere in between? The choice is yours.
And rise. As your kingdom grows, so too will its concerns. The path you tread decides your fate, and your conscience is your guide. A benevolent ruler shows compassion for the earth and its kin. A tyrannical ruler takes pleasure in exploitation and torture.
Manor Lords has been on these lists in the past, and I'll include it once again, as it still isn't out. Although it does finally have a release date, April 26th, 2024, so not long to wait. You are tasked with building up your small medieval town and defending it against other local lords. The game is pretty historically accurate and so detailed that if you're a fan of this period of history, you are sure to have an absolute blast. Synergy is visually stunning. I love both how the game looks, but also how chill it is. Focusing primarily on ecology, Synergy is a relaxing city builder in the way that Banished is in the early game, or Townscaper. If you want to enjoy the pretty colours and enjoy the relaxing music and art style, then this one might just be for you. Super Fantasy Kingdom is just cool. A top-down city builder roguelike? Bet you didn't know that was a thing. You must build up your city and defend it from the hordes of enemies that will constantly bombard you. It looks so unique that I cannot wait to get my hands on it. Hollywood Animal. I wasn't sure this one really counted as a city builder, but I think it does. You're in control of a Hollywood film studio in the golden age of cinema. You have free reign to build your studio the way you want and to make films the way you want. Use the space wisely and try to make as much profit as you can.
Tell my mistress her little birdie loves her.
Which one?
You're next, Benny.
Didn't notice.
You're not even worried in the slightest, are you? When a film isn't ready on time, it's the producer Gerstein hangs by the balls in Town Square. Not the director, the producer. And what do you think happens to the producer who derails the police chief's big vanity project?
Why should I care if the studio is in bed with the cops? I did everything by the book. It was the worst plot I've seen in 20 years. A law enforcement hero fighting Satan. And he ends up marrying his daughter. In the Wild West, of course. But by some miracle, I somehow signed Fink to write the script. That guy has 3 Pollocks for a reason. He can turn any nonsense into shape.
Kaiser Punk has only just been announced and not all that much is known about it. However, the premise is so exciting that I had to include it here. Set in an alternate history, you have to conquer enemies, collect resources, and build up your city-states to survive and thrive.
Forge the engines of progress through intricate production chains, shaping the destiny of nations. Efficient logistics, the lifeline of empire, connecting resources to front lines in the theater of war. Every decision echoes through history, shaping the fate of nations. Choose wisely, for the world watches.
Another one I featured before, it looks outstanding. It's based in the Viking Age, a really unexplored historical period for this genre. I love that period of history, I love the type of game this is, and I love the care and respect that's been put into its development. Now just let me play it, please. Is Prison Architect a city builder? No. Is it still going on this list? It absolutely is. Prison Architect is one of my all-time favourite games. It's just so addicting, so simple and so rewarding. When I found out a sequel was in development with lofty goals, I was already sold. Untitled Penguin Kingdom. It's Timberborn with penguins. Sold. A city builder in which you play as an orc war chief, in which you have to build an army, reclaim your fallen territory, and build a mighty fortress. It seems to be more focused on combat, but it's different enough that it has my interest. An orc game, a dwarf game, look, I love the Lord of the Rings, and these developers sure know how to get me on board. Not a whole lot is known about this one, but from what I've seen, it looks fascinating. South and Central American history is still something so rarely covered that I really hope this one is good. The legendary city of El Dorado is so interesting that it's surprising we've had so little media about it other than one admittedly fantastic children's film. Not a great deal out around this one, but I have my fingers crossed that it's good. That's it for the list. Let me know which games you're looking forward to and if any of these have been on your list already. Until next time.